Hello, strangers on the internet. It's nice to see you. Hello, strangers of the internet. How are you? You found your way to my little corner of the web. Welcome. Hi, my name is Amy, and this is my little space on the internet. Not exactly sure what this is gonna kind of evolve into, but for right now, I want to talk about books because I have some goals to reach this year. Today, I want to kind of focus on those goals I have for 2021. We know it's going to be better than last year, right? We hope so. Anyways, I've kind of set some lofty goals this year for myself for reading. I've always been an avid reader. Back in high school, junior high, I did almost a book a day. After high school, it kind of waned off. I kind of got busy with college, got busy with career, and I really want to turn around and make a focus on reading again. Now, I did say that last year. And 2020, I set my goal pretty high. I said 52 books, so that's one a week. It didn't happen. And I kind of thought about what made me such an avid reader when I was younger. And I realized one of those was just having a place to really talk about what I was reading and discuss with other people what books were out there. And kind of decided that I'm just going to make all of you listen to what I have to say. And hopefully you have input to help me out to find new books to read. I'd really love for this to become a space that we can have discussions and talk about those books, what's out there, what our thoughts are, and kind of really dig deeper into what we're reading. So let's get into what my goals are for 2021. So overall for goals, I usually just set monthly step-by-step goals for myself. My reading goal is really the only one that kind of overarches the whole year. So what I want to do overall is read a total of 46 books, 10 of those being books from the Gilmore Girls reading list. My sister and I are currently kind of plowing through that a little at a time because it's huge. I want to read 4 nonfiction books. I realized last year out of 21 books that I read, I only read 2 nonfiction, so we want to kind of double that. And then I want to read 2 professional books. I have a lot of books on my shelf that I haven't touched that I really need to look at because it will help me in my career. By the way, I'm a special education teacher for elementary students. I mainly work with 5th and 6th graders. Now that I kind of set my guidelines for this year about what I really want to achieve with reading those 46 books, I want to kind of show you what I've done to kind of break it into manageable bite-sized chunks. Because for me, again, with my goals, I usually break them up into small things every month, step by step. Because if I look at a big picture a little too much, I kind of freak out and then I do nothing. Not great, but I'm sure I'm not the only one that does that. So what I've kind of done is for my January to be read shelf, I thought of some prompts because I have so many books that I want to read. And I know that I don't have time to read them all between everything I've got going on. So thinking that if I come up with some prompts, that kind of helps me focus on what I'm going to do each month without getting overwhelmed. And again, going, oh no, I have too many books to read. Too many choices, I can't make a choice. And then I don't make a choice, and then I don't make my goal again. So, without further ado, let's see what I've got going for January. For my January 2021 TBR, I've set some goals for myself in the form of reading prompts. I wanted to start by reading 1 nonfiction title, and for that I chose The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, mostly because it is the next book that came up on my Overdrive account that was up for grabs. So that's what I'm plowing through this month. The next prompt would be read 1 book from the Gilmore Girls list. And for that, my sister and I have chosen to read The Great Gatsby. And then the third one I have up is to read 1 new release title. the new release title I've chosen this month is The Mystery of Mrs. Christie. This book came out, I believe, just at the end of December, so it is a very new title, and it's a fictional take on the disappearance of Agatha Christie. If you didn't know, Agatha Christie had her own mystery where she disappeared for several days, and her car was found in a ditch, and she was found very far away from her home, checked into a hotel with no memory about how she got there or who she was. So again, it's just a fictional take on that, and I'm kind of excited about that. Now, I also have one more title that I'm going to choose out of my pick jar in just a little bit. So let's see what my fourth book will be for this month. All right, so let's get into that. So this is my jar of prompts. I've not only included reading prompts from various bingo boards, prompt lists. I kind of just scoured the internet and kind of cherry-picked what I thought would be fun, and then I threw it in a jar, as well as I took some books that I either have on my shelf or have been on my to-read list for a very long time and threw them in here, just so I could get some variety, but also maybe not to have to spend money all the time if it's a book I can't find on Overdrive or Libby, and I have to buy it. So without further ado, let's see what our number 4 book will be this month. Oh, it's another nonfiction known as The 4-Hour Work Week. This was actually recommended to me by my husband. I know it's about productivity and kind of reducing the amount of time you spend on work, and beyond that, I don't really know. So we'll figure it out. Thank you, strangers of the internet. Thank you for joining me in this little space of mine for today, so we can kind of set a plan for books. I hope you come back so we can continue to have discussions about books. I'd love to hear from you. Leave me a comment down there. Give me a thumbs up if you liked this. And if you feel inclined, hit subscribe so you can come back to this little place of mine on the internet and we can have more conversations. Bye.